Hey peeps, what's going on? It's Josh. It's been a while since I recorded. I was just watching Brene Brown's Netflix special, just part of it, because I was kind of feeling like I was in a dumpy mood and I haven't felt good, kind of a little bit last night and then today. And I was like, what's going to be comforting? I'm looking out the window at the fall leaves starting to change, and I'm in my comfy robe because, yes. And so I put on some Brene Brown, and she said something interesting um, that really struck a chord with me. And with everything going on in the world, it just resonated. Like, people are afraid to have conversations because you're afraid of saying the wrong thing. And that's valid because your fears are valid. It's a valid concern. But what if silence is the worst thing? You know, you might say the wrong thing in a conversation, and ultimately our egos don't like being corrected. We don't like being told, no, you're wrong, because that's bad. But the reality is, nobody's right all the time. And the more you practice being wrong, the more you can accept it. And therefore, the more that you can accept it, the more that you can actually grow. You can only grow as much as you're willing to be wrong, in my opinion. And so, what if the worst response or the wrong thing to say is the silent thing, because you're not even contributing to the conversation at that point? And it's been a weird time in the world and also for me, so I haven't really felt like making content. And I have someone very special in my life who has encouraged me to make content and said, you know, maybe you have things that that need to be said, or I forget how she said it, but it was along the lines of like, there might be something that you have to say that needs to be heard, or something like that. That tracks. That makes sense. You guys know I've talked about a lot of my life stuff here. And I guess, I'm getting ready to turn 40 in 2 days. And that's weird for me because it's a whole new. Well, I guess it's some of the old, some of the new. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to me that I'm turning 40. I still feel like I know so little. But I also feel like I know some stuff, but I don't know, I just feel like I have a lot to learn. And in this world, I feel like that's required, that we have to keep learning and have to keep growing and have to keep trying to be better, or at least be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Not better than anyone else, but better than the worst of us is what I believe. And the only real way that I feel like that happens is with conversations and talking to people and interacting and being honest, and yes, vulnerability, even though it's hard and it's scary. Being open-hearted to me is the same thing as vulnerability. But I guess I just wanted to come on and say, I know that things kind of suck in a lot of ways right now, and I know that a lot of us are shying away from conversations because we're afraid of being wrong, or afraid of being called names, or afraid of being judged. But the reality is, you're already being called names. You're already being judged. Everybody judges. People look at you on the street and they make a judgment like that. And I think that the difference is, one of my friends the other night asked me, are you this vulnerable with everyone? And I was faced with a decision to be honest and potentially lessen what she was perceiving as far as our friendship. And this person is like one of my work little sisters, and I wouldn't hurt my family of any sort, any of my families. I wouldn't hurt them for the world, but I had to be honest. And I was like, not to diminish how much I care about you, but yeah, I try to be vulnerable with everybody like this because the alternative is loss. And not loss of people like they're going to walk out of my life because I wasn't vulnerable enough. I don't think that. But loss of opportunity. Loss of the chance to not protect, but to, I can't think of the word, chance to show up, a chance to be authentic. And I have had multiple exes accuse me of not being authentic. To that I say, you can only be as vulnerable and as real and as authentic as I don't know how to finish that sentence. It's a big sentence too. You can, in my opinion, I have cultivated my life at this point in the past well over a year. I have cultivated love and connection and support and loyalty in my life. And it makes me it makes me able to be the best version of myself that I can be in my current environment. And your environment may change, but your core beliefs never will. So if you put yourself in an environment where you're really not being the best version of yourself for any reason, it's only, it was only my fault. But like at the same time, depending on the people in your life, that's going to impact how vulnerable and how open-hearted and how genuine you can be. Kind of like that mental image of the person walking up a hill with a big boulder on their back. Yeah, you can still walk up the hill, but it's going to cost you more. And it's not going to be the same. You won't have the same posture, and that's going to cost you things. And all of these things also feed into the way that you feel, perceive, and communicate. And so I really, truly believe that you cultivate your environment so that you can grow, kind of like a plant or a tree. What soil am I going to choose? What type of water, what type of, fertilizer am I going to put in my life? Like, these are all people. And I know this metaphor is a little yucky because fertilizer, you're literally the shit. No, but like, it's who am I going to surround myself with, and what are they going to compel me to be or do? And there's very few things, in my opinion, that cost me more bravery than having to disagree with a friend, or having to draw a boundary with someone that I don't want to have to draw a boundary with, or something like that. And so, and this does tie back because I do feel like these are all conversations you have to have, conversations that you have to understand that if you don't have them, that's the worst thing. So I don't know, but I really do hope that all of you are well. I didn't come on just to get birthday wishes. I literally was like, I really feel like talking about this. And that's what I used to do frequently, much more frequently than now, is I would come on here and I would verbally process. In many of my videos, I had no idea what I was going to talk about when I turned on the camera. I had no clue. I was just literally giving you what was coming out of my brain. And maybe that's selfish. Maybe it was a good thing. I don't really know. But I do know that I've missed you guys, and it feels good to be back making a video. And I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for this channel, and I'm grateful for all of you. And this is the Reiki portion, which basically all it is energy and love and prayers and positivity. And I'm yawning. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm taking a nap after this because I've got on my Snuggie hoodie or robe. Why? Don't do that. Why are you doing that? I mean, this is fine. Why is there a dot on my nose now? Anyway. I can you not be doing that thing? Can you not do that? Okay, now it's not doing that. Excellent. I've only had this phone for like 3 to 4 years. I might not know how to work it still. But yeah, I will open a channel and leave, kind of like you put a tap in a maple tree so that you can get the syrup. That's what I'm doing with the energy, and leaving a little tap here for you. So if you need some energy, please feel free to actively think, I accept the positive energy that exists in the world for me, and it will come to you. It knows what to do. You don't need me for that. Although Reiki energy healing is very valuable, so I will say that there's a place for it. But I hope that wherever you are, that you do something wonderful for yourself today, even if that's a nap. Again? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Now my eyes are watering. But yeah, do something kind for yourself because you deserve it. You deserve goodness and love, and no matter what anyone around you says or does, you can provide that to yourself. And when you do, you come from a stronger standpoint. And when you come from a stronger standpoint, you accept and you invite better people into your life. I believe that. So, because mainly because you won't put up with as much stuff. But anyway, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and yeah, please feel free to accept the energy. Much love. Peep out.